Welcome to another episode of Rekindled Fire. My name is Jeremy Campbell. I hold a master's in adult education and training and a master's in general psychology. Again, that does not make me an expert in any field, yet it does give me the skills to research and dive deep and to educate. And that's what I love to do, as well as a passion into spirituality, wellness, and the occult, which are topics we'll discuss. But today is more of a walk and talk through the forest. I'm in Washington Park, and this talking about random subject matter that deals with life. So I'm going to turn it around so you can enjoy this as much as I can. It's elaborate, lush forest. We've had a very wet winter, so the trees are lush, lively. That's all life should be. We all start like wee children, like small trees, shrubs, and then we grow and blossom. But like these trees, we can, exude our energy, our life, our sustenance. We can replenish it by what's called grounding and centering. What does that mean, to ground and center? Like this tree right here, focusing its roots deep into the ground. If we were to pause, stand right where we're standing, close our eyes, see beneath our feet. Try this. Stand where you are. Visualize roots going out of your feet, deep into the earth. And then hold your arms out like branches. And then take some deep breaths in, visualizing that magma deep in the earth rising up your roots, going up to your body, pushing out all the energy from the day out your arms and back to the earth. Now it sounds trivial and it sounds kind of funny, but try it. Give it about a good 5 minutes. Focus on it. Put some intention to it. Take some deep breaths in. And slowly you'll notice a shift. Your intention, along with your attention, is magic. And can make things move within your body. And don't worry about what comes out your arms. I thought this myself. All the waste I'm giving back to the earth, what's it going to do? Is it going to, the negative energy? And it's not a bad thing. It's not, because you're giving fertilizer back to the earth. Think of it as that. Fertilizer, the waste of your energies, the negative, chaotic, that's kind of holding you back. And that helps ground you and integrates the energy back into your body using the earth energy. And that's what these trees do. The roots go deep. They take in water, which is energy. They take in, that's the food. And through water, fertilizer, sustenance, the minerals. It's all matter. It's all energy. And we just, we do it through our breath, through air. We do it through eating. We do it through, it's crazy how music therapy, the music, it can ignite, thoughts in your brain, memories. You hear a song, all of a sudden your mind is propelled to like 1995. Listening to, Glenn Danzig sing about his mother. maybe not that song, but I'm just saying it's a good song. But I'm just saying, it propels you, it takes you there, and you're like a kid again, or it's like time travel. Your mind travels through the music. All of a sudden, close your eyes and you're there. And if you try hard enough with your intention, your senses, like your taste and your the breath, you can smell the patchouli in the air. You can taste, the whatever foods you're eating back then. But that's the idea. But it all comes down to energy, the little basic fundamentals of matter, science. E equals mc squared. Energy, matter and carbon, materials of life. I don't know. But grounding and centering is important, when life can be chaotic. It's a very simple tool. It's very basic. And there's other exercises you can do to kind of help ground yourself. I like to use the tree exercise because I'm surrounded by all these beautiful trees. And in honor of them, as they honor me, I will honor them with their story of how, you can, channel their medicine, so to speak. Like in some other belief systems, the coyote, his medicine is laughter because of the story of them, chasing his own tail. You got to be able to laugh at yourself at times, and laughter breaks any kind of cycle. If you're in a bad mood and you're like got this cycle of emotion, man, laughter can break that. Same with a hug. Someone walk up and give you a hug for longer than 15 seconds, it is scientifically proven that it releases endorphins and in your bloodstream. It's therapeutic. It's healing. A hug is healing. I'm not saying go out to every stranger you see and just walk up and hug them, but if you are in a place, a hug can help. And that's the benefit of community. Finding people that is your tribe is what I call it. But really, it's like your people that get you, that understand you. They're like your family in a way, because they didn't grow up with you. They didn't have their own, summer camps with you, that history. But the people that really, you get to know and you share and you be vulnerable with, and you really open up, those people that do the same right back, those people are keepers, because and I'm not saying keepers as like finders keepers, ha ha ha, no, I'm saying like, try to keep them in your life, because they're valuable, they're huge, they're impactful, they're friends, they're family, they're spiritu familia, the spiritual family, because they take time to care, to get to know you, and they care about what you think and what your goals are, and they share that same passion of goals and thrive. It's that connection with people that's so important, and that's community. Finding that and holding on to it and not disrespecting it. Everyone's got their own boundaries. Learn them. Take time to learn them. Get to know people. Share. It's so important for any type of walk in life to have people that you can confide in. Because if you hold things down too long, you become a volcano when you do get to talk to someone, and you can chase people off. I've done it myself. I got to be careful two things: drinking lattes with people, or two, I'm not a huge drinker, but occasionally I do drink, and I can be quite chatty. It happens. And if you haven't talked in a long time and someone's wanting to listen, good God, watch out. You're like, it's like the projectile vomit of conversation. So it's good to find ways to chat. Now, some people get therapists for that, because they don't have people to chat with. They don't have their tribe, their family they can confide in. But they can trust and confide in a therapist. And that's noble. Therapy is a huge thing. It's very important too. Even therapists need therapy. We all go through struggles in life, and some people have good ideas on how to overcome them. And a lot of social workers that aren't therapists are great as well. People that are on this path of expanded consciousness and learning and growing, and they want to share their adventure. It's important to find those people to confide in as well. So, or even just getting a video like this and just talking your way through it. It helps share the ideas as well. Just getting to vocalize, and then eventually someone will watch it, someone will listen. In theory. but most importantly, it's just getting it out there. Some people journal, some people write down their thoughts, their ideas. They write down, what they're going through, important events in life. Shoot, if you meditate, you need to have a journal of that too. A lot of thoughts come out during meditation. I know, people are going to say, oh, you're doing it wrong. Well, there's different types of meditation. There's meditation, like a guided meditation, where, the whole intention is to take you outside of your own spectrum into another one. And by doing so, enabling you to feel certain emotions because you're not in your own mental state. And I know that sounds interesting and weird, but it's true. That's what guided meditations are. They take you out of your normal train of thought. It's almost like hypnosis. And it helps you to go to a place through the meditation to overcome an issue, or to experience something that you haven't experienced in a long time, or like something about yourself that you've forgotten, like an incident that happened as a child. You might see that during the meditation. And then there's meditations that are traditional, where you're not supposed to think about anything. It's about total absence of all things. And from that absence, you find a state of consciousness and unconsciousness, and you tap into yourself. And from that, you find nirvana. And I say that respectfully, because those that do get to that state practice meditation on a daily basis for majority of their life to reach those heights. And now there are fast tracks where you don't have to, but I'm not going to go into that, because I respect the traditional, as I respect all approaches. I try to not judge at all, because I find everyone's perception and everyone's idea has weight and validity. Now, I might not always agree with it, but it still has weight and validity. And in their thoughts, it's right for them. And that's good. But again, with meditation, there's a bunch of different approaches. And we'll probably have more videos on that topic, because it's so vast. And if you're very curious about meditations that I do offer, I'll put the link below. It's called thecrimsonriddle.org. If you go to it, there's guided meditations in there as well as a deep look into different ideas of energy work and different modalities of energy work, and more of a deep dive into the self. It's like a starting place. And the idea behind it all is that our body is a temple. Our body, our mind, our spirit, it's all within the shell of a temple. And it changes your perspectives when you think of your body that way, because how you treat your temple, how you do you give it good foods, good rest, do you take care of it, do you adorn it with fineries and tapestries? And I'm not talking about just the exterior temple, but the interior temple of the spirit. And that is the topic in the book, The Crimson Riddle, is developing that inner temple to go to begin your inner journey. All there, but that's just another outlet you can reach in the topic of meditation. Such a beautiful day. And down below is Burnside, and up to the steps of Doom. If you're a walker, you'll love it. If you're not a walker, you're gonna wish you were in a different city, back in Texas, where everything is flat. Unless you're in Austin, then there's hills. Or if you're in East or West Texas, then you get the Davis Mountains, but that's different. But I gotta watch what I say about Texas, because you don't mess with Texas, is the old saying. But here in Oregon, we honor nature. Nature honors us back, except in the wintertime when you get massive storms of ice and snow and wind that knock over these beautiful trees onto the luscious power lines that power the city. But we won't go into that either, because it's a reminder that we are stewards of nature, and we are here to coexist with it. We'll always be able to coexist, and people are worried about, and this is going to be a crazy heated topic, but people always say we got to watch climate change. And honestly, I'm a believer the earth is going to outlive us humans. It has been for millions of years. It's still going to be here a million years. Now, if we decimate the surface with atomic bombs, then of course, that's going to impact everything here. These trees probably won't exist if bombs hit like this side of the world. But even still, if you look at the redwoods, their fireproof bark, nature has found ways to coexist with humanity, with the fire and the elements. So I think the earth will always be here. Now, humans, that's a different question, If we're smart, we'll find ways to coexist. And, climate's always going to change. It does. The Sahara Desert used to be a lush, lavas forest, over 6,000 years ago. So eventually, this might be a desert, and Nevada desert will be a lush forest. That would be an interesting change. Or it's just wherever the poles shift, it's going to cause everything to shift as well. The elements, the nature. Well, yeah, climate change is a thing, but I think they're going to outlive us. So, do we need to care for our trees? Yes. If you got an opportunity to plant trees, go volunteer. If you got an opportunity to pick up trash, do it. You got an opportunity to find other ways to create energy, like solar, 100% all about it. But do I feel like in the next few years we're all gonna die because the climate, after this last snowstorm, I mean, it's gonna cause some damage, but these trees will still be here. But we gotta start thinking about the future. I'm with that. I'm hip. I'm with it. But at the same token, on the grand scale, this earth will outlive us. But for the sake of our children, for us to be able to, for them to see all the things we're seeing now, we have to be good stewards. We have to take care of it. We have to care for Pachamama, Mother Earth, as different groups call it. I hope you've enjoyed this walk and talk of random topics. But certainly we'll have more topics to come. If you find it interesting, please like and subscribe. We'll have more walk and talks and more adventures out in nature. But most of all, we'll be talking about wellness, spirituality, all the good things in life that help us thrive and rekindle our personal fire. So with that, I wish you all good evening and safe travels always.